right here in Franklin Township is Trayshawn and JP Powell, who are going to tell you about what the condition is, what to be aware of, signs that you can look for, and how you can deal with it. Trayshawn, tell us.
Good morning, and thank you so much for having us. Preeclampsia is a disorder of pregnancy that almost doesn't end just with delivery of the baby, but also can happen postpartum. And so preeclampsia results in hypertensive disorders of pregnancy. So the symptoms, the signs and symptoms are high blood pressure, blurry vision, headaches, fatigue. Those are some things that most pregnant women would think that, hey, they're ordinarily pregnancy symptoms, but they're not. And so what we're doing today is we're raising awareness about the dangers of preeclampsia and also hypertensive disorders of pregnancy, so that women of reproductive age that are anticipating to be pregnant and women who are pregnant are taking dangerous methods with being in charge of their health care. Because it's really important to be your own advocate when you're talking to your doctor about better health care.
Typically, from what you just said, does this arise symptomatically toward the end of the pregnancy, or is this something that women should be aware of as soon as they know they're pregnant?
Women should definitely be aware of this when they're expecting and when they're trying to get pregnant. We want patients and providers to be aware of preeclampsia, how preeclampsia can affect pregnancy. It can happen as early as 23 weeks. So for me, I was diagnosed with HELP syndrome, which is the severest form of preeclampsia at 23 weeks. So it can happen at any stage of pregnancy. It can happen to any woman at any stage of pregnancy, and it can also happen at postpartum.
Is there any test that a woman can do prior to even contemplating being pregnant?
So there is no cure at this moment. There is no preventative method. This is why we're walking and raising awareness and also raising research for funds, because right now the only cure is immediate delivery of the baby, no matter what the gestational age. So we are raising awareness of this deadly condition of preeclampsia.
Is there any genetic marker? Is there any test that can be done that would be diagnostic prior to pregnancy?
So there are some genetic and diagnostic testing that is currently happening through research for a male, who's my husband here. If as a male, if you are born from a woman that has had preeclampsia, you have a higher risk of also translating that to your baby and to your partner. So we want men to be aware of that also. As far as testing and treatment and cures, we're raising funds and raising awareness so that we can ultimately find a cure for this.
And today's walk is to do what?
Is to raise awareness about preeclampsia and other hypertensive disorders of pregnancy.
And people can come out today. The walk begins at 11 a.m. and goes to how long?
To 1 p.m.
And what you can also do, Franklin, if you would like to donate to this organization, because this is one of those very silent but deadly conditions that you need to be aware of. It may not be you personally, but it could be your sister, it could be your relative, it could be your best friend or your best friend's husband, and they don't know that this condition exists. You can be the beacon of light, of awareness for this as a result of what this organization is doing. If someone wants to donate, if they can't be here today, how can they donate? And then I do want to speak with your husband, since he is part of your experience with this.
If you want more information about preeclampsia and other hypertensive disorders of pregnancy, please follow us at www.preeclampsia.org. If you want to donate, please donate to www.promisewalk.org/Somerset. And also, if you're on social media, follow us at Expecting Excellence on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
And preeclampsia, that's a big word, folks. Preeclampsia. And it's pronounced preeclampsia. It can be deadly. You need to be aware of it. And I'd like the perspective of JP, who is Trayshawn's husband. What's your role been in this? You have experienced this personally.
So yes, 10 years ago, we experienced this, and as a young couple being married, we had no idea what was going on. Again, it wasn't a lot of awareness about it. We ended up losing our daughter, Mia Jane, which is we're here representing Team Mia Jane as part of this. So every walk has a number of teams, and this is one of the teams we support here as well. But yes, it was very, shocking to us when it happened. And we're just trying to raise awareness so other people can be aware of it and take whatever preventive measures they can to prevent this from happening in the future.
Now, did you lose your daughter as a result of preeclampsia?
Yes. So because of the symptoms that my wife had experienced, our daughter had to be born premature at 23 weeks. She survived 48 hours, and after that, unfortunately, she didn't survive after that and passed.
I'm sorry.
And this is why we raise awareness so that no other mom, no other family, no other community member, no one has to face what we faced. We raise awareness, we raise funds. We really raise awareness so that no other mom has to face this.
And this is something, Franklin, this couple is a perfect example. You must be aware if you are about to consider pregnancy or if you are pregnant, please get tested. Find out if you have the predisposition so that you do not have to experience this tragedy like the Powells experienced, that they lost their daughter as a result of this. I think a very important point that Trayshawn brought out is that the only way to deal with this, the only cure of it, is to deliver the child immediately. And in this case, it was too early.
It was too early. Yes, but all of this is because of her. We raise awareness because of her. This is the 10th year. Mia would have been 10 years old. And all of this is in honor of her. Every step we take, every dollar we raise, is to raise funds for a cure for preeclampsia.
I'm so sorry. I'm seldom at a loss for words, but this is just so tragic and preventable, Franklin. So again, if you can't be here today to walk, to create the awareness, not only for yourself, but for anybody you hold dear who may be considering pregnancy or who is pregnant now, it is an awareness that you must have, because the effects of it can result, as we see in the case of the Powells, in the loss of their child. We thank Mia Jane for looking over us today and surrounding this beautiful weather with an opportunity for all of you to create your own awareness about this and be socially responsible and spread the word. Again, the donation site
is www.promisewalk.org/Somerset.
And today at Colonial Park, come on down, show your support, show your love, and be here by 11 o'clock to walk for preeclampsia awareness. We thank the Powells for creating this and their baby girl. This is PJ Parker, Franklin reporter and advocate, saying thank you for tuning in, Franklin, and we'll be back. The inaugural flea market of Franklin Township, right here in front of your very eyes. There are, I can't even tell you how many vendors, but here to tell us about the entirety of it is our program coordinator for Franklin Township's Park and Recreations Department for special events, Ms. Myra Jimenez. Tell us about this event. I'm so excited. Look how full this is.
Thank you, PJ. So this is our first flea market for Franklin. A lot of F's there, but it's basically an opportunity for the town, another little opportunity for the town to get together at the start of the spring season. We have a lot of vendors. We have over 50 tables, various goods, used, new, jewelry, crafts, clothes, toys. No, I don't think anybody is selling food, but just common household goods. We have a few tables that are just handing out information. And it's a beautiful, beautiful day. So we're just very grateful for that. And there's plenty of time for Franklin to come out. We're here till 2 p.m. today.
This is so exciting, Franklin. This Parks and Recreation Department has been so innovative, and I know Myra has so much to do with that, but there are new happenings all the time, so you do want to stay in touch with the Franklin Reporter and Advocate, because you're going to hear it about them here at the Franklin Reporter and Advocate. But we are so thrilled to be once again, this is an absolutely perfect day, Franklin. There's maybe one cloud in the sky that I can see. it's not too warm, it's not too chilly, and it's a perfect opportunity for you to wander around, visit vendors who you may not know, make new friends, see what your neighbors are up to, and perhaps just have a wonderful day. Myra, thank you so much for organizing this. Once again, another stellar event by Parks and Rec of Franklin Township. Again, Myra Jimenez. How can somebody reach you, Myra?
You can go to the township website, and my information is listed there. So under the Parks and Recreation tab on the township website, www.franklintwpnj.org.
Okay, there you have it, Franklin. Come down today. They're here from now until what time?
2 p.m. today.
Okay, you have your work for your morning, Franklin. This is going to be so much fun. Bring your kids. I think you can bring your puppies too. I see a lot of puppies being walked around. It's a perfect day, not too humid. So come on down. Have a great morning right here at Franklin Township's Municipal Complex right in front of the gazebo. You're going to have a good time. This is PJ Parker, Franklin Reporter and Advocate with Myra Advocate. And we are here today on the Franklin High School football field on this absolutely gorgeous almost cloud-free day with the sun shining, no humidity, and people out here gathered for a football camp. And here to introduce our guest, who is a former Franklin football person of renown, Mr. Carlton Agadosi, who is conducting this football camp, and to introduce him and why he's here and why he's significant to the Franklin youth of our football community right here at the high school is our football coach, Mr. Blair Wilson. Tell us a little bit about what's going on here, Blair.
Oh, today is a great camp going on today. We have one of our Franklin sons, Carlton Agadosi, played football here, played basketball. He also went on to the NFL, played a little time in the NFL, and also is right now currently playing in the CFL. It's just what we preach as Warriors. We give it back. This community has produced a lot of great people, and the number one thing that we learn in Franklin High School is once we walk out those doors, we have to turn back and give back to our community. And that's what Carlton's doing today. You could look and see we got over 100 kids here today, and it's truly because Carlton has given his time, open up his checkbook and everything for this to happen today. And I want to just introduce Carlton Agadosi here.
Yes, and I noticed there's a lot of age ranges here. That this is not just for high schoolers, yes?
Oh, no,
Nice to meet you, Carlton. Congratulations. Welcome back to Franklin.
Thank you. I definitely wanted a lot of different age groups, so nobody felt excluded. It starts at the younger age. I want to make this an annual event. Once you see the younger play the game, how to respond to coaches. I wanted to make this a professional type of practice.
It's very interesting. Your first sentence was how to coach. I know he is famous for saying that he's an extraordinary human, and so that is why I
To be coachable, I just wanted the guys to understand that in order to,
of respect that you have, because the coach is so important, because if they're not receptive to what they're being taught, nothing's going to change.
Right.
So it's very exciting that's your first principle. So tell us again, how did you get so many age ranges involved in this?
Well, with the help of the community, there's different people who I've grown up with in the community who I reached out to, and they were able to spread the word for me. We had the website side up with the ages, and they were able to participate.
And what are they going to be doing today?
They're doing a little individual drills to work on their skills, and then we went into a competition period, to see they compete, because football is a competitive sport, so we want to teach them at a young age how to compete the right way. And now we're doing just one-on-one drills, taking what we learned throughout the practices and applying it.
And are you teaching them any particular physical exercises
Yeah,
or mental preparations for the game?
Yeah, mental preparation. Before we started, we had the kids envision what they wanted to do on the field, so they can come out and do it. And physically, we had different positions, and the coaches were able to teach the fundamentals. We had the drills planned out, and they were able to apply them.
So do you have a bunch of kids who you say, oh, this is definitely quarterback material, or this is halfback material, or whatever the positions are? Can you tell from a kid's performance and how he comes across to you? Or I don't see any her. out there. I'm assuming it's all boys. Can you tell in advance who you think might fit best in a certain position, and then coach them accordingly?
Yes, I mean, but like I told the kids, you know, it's not about who's the best right now. You know, you take whatever you learn here and you apply it. If you do outstanding here and you don't get better from here, it doesn't mean anything. So one of our points is you might be good now, but you have to continue to work at it. But you can obviously tell certain kids have better ability, but we want to explain to them it's not about, you know, what you are right now. You got to keep going, whether doing better or you have to step your game up.
And it's not necessarily better. It maybe just be different.
Right.
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 Okay. Will kids be able to come out now? I mean, I know this camp has started today. If somebody comes in and wants to be a part of this, can they still do that? Do they have time?
Well, you have about 40 minutes to come and get some one-on-one reps in if you want to. We got about 40 minutes left, and if you want to come out, come out.
Okay. And when's the next time you're going to be doing this?
Oh, next year around the same time, it's going to be bigger and better every year.
Okay. Well, we look forward to you coming back to at least a couple of games at Franklin and perhaps in the middle schools where you can see the product of all of your hard work today, your coaching and your expertise, and the fact that you are a Franklin son that we're all really proud of, and we're thrilled that you came back to teach our youth. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's an honor to do this interview with you.
Well, thank you so much. Really, this is, again, Franklin. This is Carlton Agudosi. He is a renowned warrior for life.
Yes, sir.
We're thrilled that he came back to teach our kids. So we thank you for tuning in, Franklin. Again, from Carlton. Beautiful, sunny, with a little bit of cloud cover. We are happy to celebrate with Jersey Cyclone Brewing Company at 14J World's Fair Drive. The 4th anniversary. I can't believe it. We were here when it was a cement floor and nothing else. We're here with Jan, who is the owner, the proprietor, the brainchild, the everything to do with Jersey Cyclone, from the products that you developed during COVID, which was so extraordinary. I remember the hand sanitizer you were developing, and all of the different flavors and concoctions that he's come up that make a non-beer drinker like me actually enjoy this beer. So congratulations to you on that level. We just want to say congratulations generally. That 4 years, that's a major accomplishment for a brand new business in a relatively just nondescript location that you have at least 75 people here celebrating with music, with food. And this is going to go on all day today and tomorrow. Jan, tell us about the business, about Jersey Cyclone, and how excited you are for this celebration.
Thank you so much. So we're excited to celebrate our 4th anniversary. Opening up a new brewery about 9 months before COVID was definitely an experience, to say the least. Going through COVID, we were super just appreciative of all the customers that kept coming to us week after week, picking up beer to go, crowlers, growlers, whatever they could. And then, you know, from there, opening up and doing an outdoor event like this, really to celebrate us being in business 4 years, celebrate the awesome customers that come in every week or come in when they can, and just enjoying craft beer. So all the beer that you see here today is brewed on site here in Somerset, New Jersey. We have 4 awesome beer releases for our anniversary celebration. We have a lager, which anybody can enjoy, called Canal Wizard. We have a triple IPA that is absolutely amazing. It's a 10% IPA that drinks like a 5%er. It is absolutely amazing as a beer. We have a honey and lavender saison called, forgive me one second, called Royal Maltster. It is very, very interesting, and really it embodies what craft beer is. It's using ingredients that you have every day and creating something truly amazing. And the last one is Yeast Whisperer, which is a red wine barrel aged saison. And really the thing behind this anniversary is we looked at 4 years, and how could you celebrate 4 years, was we looked at it and said, well, there's 4 main ingredients in beer: water, grain, yeast, and hops. And each one of those beers, if based on the names and based on the images you see on the labels, is really a token of gratitude to those 4 ingredients of beer and letting us celebrate them. So they are, in essence, the culmination of awesome recipes and creating the best that we could to embody each one of those ingredients.
And they're all flavorful, if I might add. They don't go down like alcohol. I mean, if you're drinking this, you know that it's beer because you've been told it's a beer. But there's just a smoothness to it that I've never experienced with beer before.
Well, that's part of the brewing process, and that's part of developing the recipes. I mean, Aaron, our head brewer, he does a fantastic job at developing the recipes and really managing the flavor profile so that everyone can enjoy it. Now, there's beers that maybe are not in everyone's flavor palette, but palates evolve and people can enjoy them over time. And from that perspective, we just want to have a full tap list of beers that go from one end of the spectrum to the other that let you enjoy.
There's some, if I recall, that are fruit-based. Is that true?
They wouldn't be truly fruit-based, but
Or
they're fruited.
fruit-oriented.
Yes. Right. So we have a sour ale called Mackerel Skies, which is fruited with Alfonso mango and passion fruit. It absolutely drinks like juice. It's a really, really awesome beer.
One must be careful of those that just drink like juice.
Yes, absolutely.
No, it's just so exciting that this sort of a business landed in the first place in Franklin. I know your background is water, and that's really oversimplifying it, I know. But Jan literally went from a warehouse with floors that were not intact to this really thriving brewery where you can come and enjoy. There's frequently music. You can bring your own food. And in the back, one day we'll do another live stream to actually tour the process. But it's really fascinating to watch it from the water to the finished product and all the steps that it goes through as it's actually being created right here on the premises. It's just truly a homegrown business.
Oh, absolutely. Every brewery in the state is just that, is a startup. And it's your neighbors making, the best products that they can for people to enjoy. I mean, if you look at the U.S. many, many years ago, there was thousands of breweries that dropped down during Prohibition, and it took time to really get back on its feet. But, breweries are the culmination of the local community. In some aspects, there's a few people that have, had a saying. It's, a town is not a town until there's a brewery, and that's where we are as a community here.
Well, I know you're cognizant of the warrior theme in Franklin, and do you have, or have you had, well, I know you did, do you still have a brew that is warrior-based?
So we did the Franklin Double. That's the beer you're referring to. We haven't brewed that for a while, but we are brewing some definitely new recipes and bringing back some recipes from the past. So you may see that in the coming months from us.
What do you think of inviting people here for the rest of the day? I know what you think about it. You're open till when, 10 tonight?
We're open till 10. The outdoor music is going to go till about 7:30 when sunset occurs. And at that point, the party's going to move back inside to the brewery where we have the table set up and everything and a full tap list available.
Okay. Will there be music tonight as well inside?
Inside there will not. Music will stop about 7:30, 7:45 out here. But we're going to start this back up tomorrow at noon and go till 8 p.m. tomorrow.
Okay. Explain to people what the situation is with food here.
So for us as a brewery, we're not allowed to serve food, but you can absolutely bring your own food from any of the local establishments or local restaurants that are in town. Bring food from home. That's not a problem. So rather than being a BYOB place, we are a BYOF.
Right. It's a concept that I think is indigenous to all the breweries, that it's a conflict with another organization. That anyway, that's the story, Franklin. You can bring a pizza, you can have one delivered, you can bring whatever else your little heart desires, and you know that you will be able to accompany it with a craft brew here that is going to just amaze and delight you. It's right here, Jersey Cyclone Brewing Company, and that is on World's Fair Drive. It's number 14. You can see the driveway either coming from Eastern Avenue or coming from, I think that's New Brunswick Road or Pierce Street. You can't miss it. And today you won't be able to miss it because you're going to hear the music, you're going to see the crowd, and you're going to want to be part of it. So make it a destination today up until 10 o'clock, up until 7 outside with the live music, and the party continues up until 10 inside. Again, 14 World's Fair Drive with our host, Jan, celebrating. Cheers to 4 years. Yay! This is PJ Parker, Franklin Reporter and Advocate. Thanks for tuning in, Franklin.